4 college students, 1 quiet college town, and a mystery that shocked all of America.
It happened in Moscow, Idaho, a small college town where violent crime was almost unheard of.
In November 2022, police responded to a home near campus and discovered a scene that stunned investigators.
As police secured the area, questions began spreading faster than answers.
Investigators started building a timeline, trying to understand what happened inside that house. Fear spread quickly. Students locked their doors. Parents demanded answers, and the nation began watching. Police promised they were working every lead, but for days, the public had more questions than answers. Then investigators found clues that could finally point them toward a suspect. And that's when the case took a dramatic turn.
Detectives began collecting surveillance footage from every possible camera near the neighborhood, searching for anything unusual.
One detail stood out: a white Hyundai Elantra seen near the home around the time investigators believe the crime occurred. Police publicly asked for help locating the vehicle, and suddenly, thousands of tips started pouring in. At the same time, investigators were tracking digital footprints, especially phone records that could reveal hidden patterns. Piece by piece, investigators began connecting surveillance, digital records, and physical evidence. Forensic teams worked around the clock, hoping one tiny detail could unlock the entire case. Then investigators noticed something. One name was starting to stand out.
Soon, investigators would focus on one suspect, a man whose background raised even more questions.
The investigation soon focused on one suspect, a graduate student studying criminology, whose background raised even more questions. What made the case even more shocking, he had been studying criminal behavior.
Investigators also connected him to a white Hyundai Elantra, the same type of vehicle seen near the home. Cell phone records became another key part of the investigation, helping detectives map possible movements. Forensic testing continued as investigators worked to strengthen the case. By now, multiple pieces of evidence were pointing in the same direction. Detectives moved carefully, making sure they had enough evidence before taking the next step. Soon, investigators were ready to make their move, and the nation was about to learn his name.
In late December, investigators launched a carefully planned operation to arrest their suspect. Authorities moved quickly, making sure every step followed procedure.
Within hours, the story was everywhere.
America was finally hearing the suspect's name.
For many people, the arrest brought relief, but it didn't bring closure. As court documents were released, investigators revealed more about how they built their case. The first court appearances drew intense public attention, with every detail closely watched. As the case moved forward, legal experts reminded the public that the judicial process was only beginning. But even after the arrest, one question remained. What exactly happened that night? As more documents became public, investigators revealed how multiple pieces of evidence helped shape their case. Investigators used location data and surveillance footage to reconstruct movements connected to the investigation. The white Hyundai Elantra remained one of the most closely examined parts of the investigation. Forensic analysis played a major role as specialists examined every possible clue. Taken separately, each clue might seem small. Together, investigators say, they built a much clearer picture.
Prosecutors outlined how they believe the evidence supports their case. while the legal process continues.
As details emerged, the public followed every update, trying to understand how investigators solved such a complex case.
But even with a suspect in custody, many people are still asking the same question: what happens next? Now, the case has entered a long and closely watched legal process. Attorneys on both sides continue filing motions that could shape how the trial unfolds. Before any final verdict can be reached, every piece of evidence will face intense legal scrutiny. Public interest in the case remains intense, with every new update drawing nationwide attention. Even now, there are questions investigators and the public still want answered.
For the university community, the case remains deeply personal.
What began as a shocking mystery is now one of the most closely followed legal cases in America. And until the case reaches its conclusion, the world will keep watching. What started as a mystery in a quiet college town has now become one of America's most closely watched criminal cases.
The legal process is still unfolding, and many of the final answers may only come in court.
There are still questions the public wants answered, and details investigators have yet to reveal.
For the university community, the impact of this case will be felt for years to come.
From the first emergency call to the courtroom today, every step has brought the world closer to understanding what happened.
People across America are still debating the evidence, the case, and what justice should look like.
As the case moves forward, one thing is certain: the world is still watching. What do you think? Will this case finally bring every answer to light? Share your thoughts in the comments and follow for more true crime documentaries.